For last, we do this thing called Diss or Dak. Anytime there's a big, argument about Dak Prescott, how good he is, and I'll say Dak or Diss. Would I take Dak or Diss to start my franchise? So I thought I was 4 years ahead of everybody on Russell Wilson. I thought I was ahead of everybody by a couple of years on Andrew Luck. I think I'm ahead of everybody on Carson Wentz. I think he's a superstar player that has had to overcome absurd wide receiver injuries. Zach Ertz is his best weapon, and Zach's not really a vertical passing. He's not like Travis Kelce or Jimmy Graham in his prime. He has average running backs. They've had a good offensive line, but it's been battered with injuries the last 2 years. And Wentz has essentially carried this franchise. So it's time for Wentz or on the fence, Joy.
Now, this is right now, this is moving like forward. Just like right
today,
now. Okay.
I can take Wentz or another quarterback with my franchise.
Would you rather have Wentz or Dak?
I don't know how you can watch the two. Wentz is bigger, more athletic with a stronger arm. I would take Carson Wentz. He had 108 passer rating last year down the stretch throwing to trash cans. I don't know how you would not take him. If you watch that game, Dak and Wentz had less O-line, less receivers, less running back help, and dominated the game.
I would take Dak. Would you rather have Wentz or Aaron Rodgers?
This sounds crazy. I'd rather have Wentz. I think he's bigger. I think he's stronger. I think he has a better, I don't think he has quite the release of Aaron Rodgers. Last 3 years, take out Wentz's rookie year. That's not fair. Take it out. Last 3 years, he's got a better completion percentage, more touchdown passes, a better record, and a better passer rating than Aaron Rodgers. What do you want? What do you want? What more does he have to prove? And he doesn't have a star receiver like Aaron or a star back like Aaron. I don't even think this is controversial.
Now Aaron Rodgers is playing with stars.
Well, I mean, he's got a star receiver and a star back. He's got stars.
I think he does, but I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, by the way. Would you rather have Carson Wentz or Drew Brees?
This is not close. It's Carson Wentz. He's a much bigger, stronger thrower of the football. He's more athletic. I love Drew. Drew's 41. This isn't close. Carson Wentz, Drew does not throw the ball down the field like he used to. That's not what he does. Carson gives you everything. Great deep ball, big arm, cannon side, arm angles. I love Drew Brees. This is not even close.
I don't know that it's not close, but I'm going to go with Wentz. Would you rather have Wentz or Tom Brady?
Carson Wentz. Brady went 4-5 down the stretch. Wentz went 4-0. This is a state. This is, you know what this is like? This is, you're comparing a sports car to a very nice SUV. And I love Brady, but he's a nice SUV at this point in his career. Carson Wentz is a completely different level.
Yeah, but sports cars are really fun and really fast. They're not great in all weather.
Okay, that's true.
And if something breaks on them, it's very expensive.
Let's correct that. He's not a sports car. Wentz is great in bad weather. Wentz is a Tesla. He's the future.
Okay.
All right.
Also very expensive.
Or a Mercedes. How about that?
All right. Wentz or Matt Ryan?
Last 2 years, Atlanta's gone 7-9. I think Matt needs a lot of help around him. Wentz shows he can carry a franchise with nothing around him or cluster injuries. Matt needs everything in line, and then he's a very good quarterback. But last couple of years, he's 7-9. That's just not with star receiver, star back, star tight end Austin Hooper with great players.
I would go with Wentz in that as well. All right, Carson Wentz or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Wentz, easily. And I like Garoppolo, but you're talking about arm, not close, size, Wentz, athletic ability, not close, not close.
I'm going to go with Jimmy. Would you rather have Wentz or Russell Wilson?
Well, excuse me? You take Jimmy Garoppolo over
Jimmy
Wentz.
Garoppolo was just leading Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl like a couple months ago.
You really don't like Wentz.
I think I picked Wentz in the. I took Dak. We can make an argument there. That's fair. I just prefer Dak. He's more durable. Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay.
Russell Wilson or Carson Wentz?
On the fence, I take Russell Wilson.
Wow.
I think Russell Wilson is the best football player in America, all things considered. Smarts, leadership, athletic ability, throwing the football.
But you think it's close?
Russell is in a complete. I mean, I only think there's one player in the league close to Russell Wilson, and that's Patrick Mahomes. I think Russell's the best.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I would agree with that.
I think Russell, because his pre-snap's better than Mahomes at this point, and I think he's a better leader at this point because he's just older. I think Russell Wilson's the best football player in America.
I'm taking Wilson over Wentz as well. Wentz or Kyler Murray?
To show you the disrespect for Carson Wentz, Kyler Murray has better Super Bowl odds or MVP odds than Carson Wentz. You've got to be kidding me. Carson Wentz. And again, I don't think this is close. And I think Kyler's fun, but this ain't close.
No, I don't think it's close right now. Wentz or Lamar Jackson?
Wentz. Now, in a year, I may not think that. This is still as much as we see Lamar do his stuff. It is still, you got to throw a ball from the pocket. And I do believe if you're asking me to read the entire field, sit in the pocket, carry no weapons, Wentz can do that. Now, Lamar's great, but I think all of us, and even John Harbaugh has acknowledged this, I'm waiting for another step from Lamar as a pocket quarterback. He can do it, but he's looking for another stage. I think Wentz is in his prime. I think Lamar's going into his prime.
I'm going to take Lamar. Wentz or Roethlisberger?
Wentz. Wentz is, I like Ben, but I think his efficiency, a lot of picks, efficiency, there's some drama there. I don't get that with Wentz. So there's Ben's leadership style is not always my favorite.
I'm going to go with Wentz as well. Wentz or Deshaun Watson?
Wentz is a much better thrower of the football. Much better thrower of the football. And by the way, Deshaun with significantly better weapons. Wentz had more TDs, more yards, fewer picks than Deshaun last year, and Deshaun had great weapons. So I think, and again, I like Deshaun Watson, but if you're telling me you got nothing at receiver and running back and carry him down the field.
Well, I think Wentz proved that last year. He's playing with.
I thought it was one of the greatest 4-game stretches down the stretch I'd seen in a decade.
I think I would go with Deshaun, but I do think it's very close. Carson Wentz or Patrick Mahomes?
On the fence, Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is the better version of Carson Wentz. And I think the better version of him is a top 10 player all time. So when I say the better version of Carson Wentz, I can't say anything better than that because I think Carson Wentz is a Hall of Famer, a Hall of Fame talent.
All right, Carson Wentz or your guy, Drew Lock.
Now, this one I thought about for a long time. Carson Wentz. Although Drew Lock has some of the same fascinating potential. Drew's got a huge arm. Drew moves really well. There's a certain leadership quality. He went to Missouri, which is a bunch of nothing. I mean, compared in the SEC to who you're playing, Drew Lock's talented, but Carson Wentz. So Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and I do think the Lamar thing could change in a year. If Lamar takes the steps that I think he will, then I'd probably in a year go Lamar, but I want to see it. So does John Harbaugh.
So basically you think that Carson Wentz is the third best quarterback in the league?
Yep.
Behind Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson.
Yep. That's it. Here's the thing. It's not controversial. Last 3 years, go look at his stats with Aaron Rodgers. We did this earlier. Just go look at him. I don't have an opinion. Just watch him. What do you want? Wins more touchdowns, better completion percentage, better passer rating. You can't tell me that he has a significantly better coach than Aaron. You can't tell me he has a significantly better Devontae Adams is better than Aaron Jones is better than the contemporaries that are playing for Philadelphia at those spots. So what do you want me to say? I think it's controversial to say Rodgers is better than Wentz. I think Wentz is an elevating player. He's escalating. Is that the right word? He's improving. I think Wentz is getting back. I think Wentz is now in his prime, but he's
emerging.
Yeah, I don't even know.
He's arrived, so that's not really the right
he's prime.
term.
Right now, I don't think Aaron's in his prime. I don't think Aaron's that far out of his prime. I think Wentz is just, this will be I think last year at the end of the year, I'm like, okay, this is his prime. This is.
I thought Wentz was incredibly impressive towards the end of the season last year. What he was able to do with, practice squad guys was remarkable. But I also think that the division was down, and I need to see some consistency moving forward. He is very good. I think he's very good.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.